The power of resilience, thriving beyond church abuse. Welcome, Survivor Space family. My name is Pierre, Dr. Pierre Diamond. And today I want to talk to you about resilience. Not just the kind of resilience that keeps you going from day to day, but the deep, powerful, transformative resilience that can empower us to thrive beyond the trauma we've experienced, particularly in spaces we once considered sacred, like our churches. When I use the word church, I mean more than a building. I'm talking about the community, the culture, the authority figures we've trusted, and the practices that shaped so much of our lives. For many of us, this wasn't just a place we once uh, called home, or we just visited once a week. It was our foundation. And when that foundation was shattered by abuse, it wasn't just our bodies or minds that were hurt. Our souls were wounded. Today, we're going to explore how to transform this pain into resilience and personal power. I'll be sharing the steps, tools, and strategies that can help each of us to create a new meaning, a new purpose for our lives. Let's talk about part one, understanding trauma and the healing process. First, let's talk about trauma and what it means to be trauma informed. You guys probably heard that word constantly now. Trauma doesn't just disappear over time. It launches itself within us, affecting how we think, how we feel, and interact with the rest of the world. Trauma-informed care is about recognizing how our past impacts our present without letting it define our future. Healing from church abuse means facing the unique set of challenges. Our sense of spirituality may have been hijacked. Our self-worth may have been diminished by manipulative language that told us we were somehow at fault. But here's the thing, we are not the ones to blame. We have the power to heal. Healing can look different for everyone, but trauma-informed care reminds us that it's okay to ask for help. Therapy, whether individual, group, or even faith-based counseling, with trauma-aware professionals, can create safe spaces for us all to process what actually has and had happened, expressing our pain, and take control of our story. We learn to let go of shame that wasn't ours to hold in the first place. Another subject to talk about is reclaiming personal power and your independence, regaining your personal power after abuse, especially in the church. It's a process of what I call rediscovery, self-rediscovery, self-discovery. The church may have been the center of our lives at one point, but we now have the opportunity to make ourselves the center. This isn't about rejecting faith. It's about reframing it so that it serves us rather than the other way around. To start, it's vital that we recognize the power we have within us. The abuse we have experienced was an attempt to control and subdue that power but our resilience is proof that it never succeeded. We can start by making small decisions for ourselves. We can set boundaries with people who make us feel unsafe. We can express our needs. And saying no when it serves us are always to reclaim control. Another part of reclaiming personal power is to release ourselves from the shame and the guilt that often occupies church abuse. We didn't deserve it. We weren't being tested, as the church says, nor did we invite it. By using language that honors our experience rather than demean us, we reclaim the narrative. Another thing I think about is the community and advocacy, being an advocate. None of us are in this alone. I want you to know that. Abuse often thrives in secrecy, but healing flourishes in the community. One of the most transformative experiences in my personal journey has been connecting with others who have walked a similar path. When we listen to each other, we find parts of our stories in other voices. This shared understanding builds a new kind of family, a family rooted in support, empowerment, and shared resilience. Advocacy can also be an incredible part of our healing. When we stand up for others, not just for ourselves, but for others, we are sure that no one else has to suffer in silence. We honor our journey. We reclaim our power through advocacy. We challenge the systems that enable abuse and demand accountability. And along with that comes self-care as a daily practice of resilience. Self-care is about more than bubble baths and spa days. It's about being compassionate to ourselves in ways that brings us strength, brings us peace, brings us joy. Practicing self-care is essential in developing resilience, as it reinforces that we deserve to be nurtured and protected by ourselves and also by others. Some forms of self-care are as simple as journaling, writing a book, taking time each day to ground ourselves through meditation. Others involve setting boundaries with those who were struggling in trauma. Self-care is a radical act of defiance against the systems that failed us. We are saying, I am worthy, I am here, and I am more than enough. And with that comes transformation, transforming pain into purpose. Once we start to build resilience, we often find a deeper sense of purpose emerging from our pain within. This transformation doesn't mean forgetting what happened or forgiving those who harmed us if we weren't ready for that. It means using our experience to propel us forward. For some of us, this might mean becoming advocates ourselves, guiding others out of the darkness we once felt. For others, it could mean becoming storytellers, artists, or simply compassionate friends who show up for those in need. Your purpose can be as unique as your journey. As we close, I want each of you to remember this. Resilience isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about allowing ourselves to feel the full range of our emotions: pain, anger, fear, joy, without apology. It's about honoring our journey and building a life that honors our truth. Whether you're just beginning this journey or have been it for many years, know that you are not alone. You have already taken one of the hardest steps by choosing to face what happened to you. Continue walking forward with courage. Continue seeking out for support of others. And remember that every step you take builds resilience and moves you further from the pain that once held you back. Thank you for being here with me today, for allowing me to share this space and this time with you, and for the strength you show by being part of Survivor Space. Let's keep moving forward together. Peace and blessings.